Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked. By the way, just having time. But I won't let you need a smile. Call me shy. Who am I right? Usually I do this often, but this recruiting isn't an option. You want you for training thunder. Baby, I wonder. Baby, I wonder. Okay. Put your sweat on me. I got the plug, I made the coffee. Tell me late night for ya. Let me lay it back down on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Well, come through and share. Just say you will. Come through and share. Hey everybody! I always want to say Rich Rising. It's definitely not in the morning time right now. Welcome, welcome. I know, right? Look at that. The song is fire, right? I love how many people have been complimenting me on my intro song. And y'all, I don't even know what the song is. I can't even tell you. It's just a mix that I found. I don't even know if it's a name to this thing. Oh, okay. It's called Come Through and Chill Bree Remix. I feel like this is the girl that I do the thingy though, like the copyright free thing. I don't know if you could just look it up, or maybe on YouTube. But yes, this is my intro, right? And it's so crazy how your subconscious works, because if y'all been on the show consistently in the beginning of, at least I can say for this last month, I was like, I want this intro to be longer. Like I was like, it's not long enough. Like it just feels so good. I want it to be longer. And I've been saying that, and it's like this past week, every time I come on here, it feels longer. I don't know if y'all feeling that, but it feels longer to me. It just shows you the power of the subconscious and how time isn't real. Yes, I've been having people watch the replay. Like, what is this song? So I love that. Welcome, welcome, you guys. How is everybody? Rox, thank you for coming in again. I love seeing the familiar faces that are always rocking with me. Seven Sign, what's up, what's up? Thank you for coming in again. Thank you all for your consistency. Levy Flow 22. I appreciate you guys. Welcome, welcome. Where are you guys listening from? As soon as you get in here, it helps this show if you hit the thumbs up button. It lets YouTube know that I'm hot, okay? That Earth is School is rocking right now. They literally do their algorithm based on like when the thing starts, are people loving you right away? And if they are, they will suggest this show even more. So please, as soon as you get in here, show your girls some love. If you love this show, if you're rocking with this show. Marilyn, okay? Marilyn in the house. So yes, you guys, we have a good episode for tonight, like usual. This episode for tonight is for mostly women if you are single. But like I say, like Earth is School, sometimes there are topics that might be for a specific group, but I just don't feel like you should count yourself out if you don't belong to that group, because you always know someone that can relate to this, or I guarantee you, if you don't already, you're going to have some type of scenario that will come up and you'll be like, oh my God, that's just how it happens, because we are all a collective. So it just happens like that. Anytime that your attention is just on something, I just can't explain it. But it's like the phenomenon. What is that called when they say, like, when you buy a car, like you might buy a certain brand and a certain color, and then all of a sudden you start seeing that brand and that color everywhere. It's the same thing that takes place. So even if this doesn't relate to your life, I guarantee you, you'll be able to use it. I guarantee you, you got a cousin or somebody. We can always learn something new, exactly. And that's what Earth to School is about, learning something new, growing, relating. I'm about to be single because, woo, child, okay. Okay, anything that make you say, anytime you in a relationship that say, woo, child, that means you either supposed to thug it out, keep it going, because both of y'all are mutually doing that, or it means it is time. It means it is that time, okay? Say, woo, child. Okay, so before we begin, if this is your first time watching Earth is School, I am your host, De La Soul. Cheese. And this is Earth is School, a show that I created that is about us. It's about us having this journey of school. I really have this philosophy that I just believe that we came here to learn and to grow, and we have graduations and we go on different levels. And so this is what I share here. I like to break things down that are really complicated and really taboo topics into simple form. And I like to talk about the mind. Every single day you will see me talking about the mind. I am also a birth worker, so I help women give birth without pain, and I am a quantum healer and manifesting coach. So all those things I just named have to do with the mind, okay? I'm using the mind to do them all. What else? Oh, okay, so before we start this show, we do this spinal cord breathing. It is going to open up your core, and it's going to help you to push the vitamins and nutrients that are in your spine up into your brain. All right. So on 3, I instruct you to breathe in, and then we hold it, and yada 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 yada. Okay. We don't care where we are. We are not embarrassed. We are not shy about doing this core breathing. Okay. Right, y'all? We just gonna be like, get your core together. Okay. Get your brain together. All right. All right. So on 3, 2 times. 1, 2, 3. Breathing in. You're breathing in from your abdomen. You are pushing your navel to your back. Breathing in, breathing in. Squeeze your core as you breathe in, and pull your breath up. Up, 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 and release. You can literally feel the release. This is how we release the things that we've been holding on to all day. And again, on 3, 1, 2, 3. Breathing in. Breathing in from your navel, push it back, squeeze it, up, 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 hold it, suck it in some more, a bit longer, and release. Nice, 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 guys. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, we ain't even gonna waste no time. If you're just tuning in, please hit that thumbs up button. If you are loving this episode, this show in general, you can hit the super thanks button and support your girl. All right, so today we're going to talk about this subject that I have talked about before, but not on video. If you guys ever heard people say this thing, right? Like I see it on Facebook a lot, and there's like this saying where it's like, when a man wants you, he will come and get you. When a man wants you, he will come and get you, girl. Ooh, yes. Amen. Amen. So, you guys know I have different philosophies than most of us, the collective, or different ways of seeing it. And so every time I see this post, I just can't help but think about what happens after a man comes to get you. Like, do we just want to be got, or do we want to be kept? Which one you want? You want to be got, or you want to be kept? All right? Because I didn't have plenty of men come and get me. All right? And for those of you who don't know, I have been married before. I was married for 10 years. So I didn't have someone get me and keep me for 10 years. Okay? I'm saying that to not, so I'm speaking from experience, right? I've been in really long-term relationships. And so there is a thing that I feel like there's some truth to this, because it is true that if a man wants you, he will pursue you. But I think that we shouldn't stop there. Like, I don't like this saying. I don't like it, because I think that when we're single, if we're single and we want to be in a relationship, we hold on to that. Like, I want somebody to get me. Like, I want somebody to chase me and pursue me. But baby, you want to be kept too, right? Like, who wants that? Like, you want somebody to keep you, right? So let's get into it. Right? Okay. We want to be kept. Keep me, Lord. Okay, so a man will come and get you if he wants you, but that doesn't mean that he'll keep you. I'll be always jumping ahead because I already mentioned that I've had men come and get me, but not necessarily keep me. All right. So whether a man will keep you after he gets you. Now, okay, wait, before I go further, let me say what I mean by why I have such a strong opposite opinion to this saying. Because I have had men come across the country. I have had men come across the water, okay, from the States over here to come and get me. That's why I'm like, let's not get too caught up on that. Let's not get too caught up on being God. Let's focus on what happens after that. Because it is true that a man will go through high waters, okay, or plane rides to get you. That is so much truth. But if you know your worth, you know that the getting does not need to stop there. The getting needs to keep on getting, okay? So I said whether a man will keep you after he gets you is up to 3 things. Of course, there are so many more things, but I just broke them down into 3. And that is his character. This is whether he will keep you, right? His character. You, yes, you, sis, you have a lot to do with whether you are going to be kept or not and where he is at mentally. Okay, Love You Flo said it happened to me 3 times. Girl, every other month. Okay, no, I'm just playing. Right? That's why I'm like, do not get caught up on getting God. The getting needs to keep on getting. Love that, okay? Keep on getting me. Get me how you got me. All right? Get me how you got me, please. So okay, so I broke it down into 3 things, right? The character, you, and where he's at mentally. These things are so important, guys. Okay, so his character will tell you everything. If he's loose, yes, I use that term for men. If he's loose as a goose, okay, or if he's loyal, if he is patient, if he's patient enough to see who you are. So I just named like some character things, right? So if he is, I can't think of nothing else but loose, but if he be moving around, okay, getting his experience in, you're going to know this. You're going to know if he, like, what he's going to do after getting you based off of his character. And based off of his character, you can tell if he is out there, if he want to be in the streets. Let's start using these terms that men be using for us, because it's the same thing, okay? The way that we refer to women as a hoe, if she is out there, you know, doing her thing, I say the same thing for men. You a hoe. How come we don't do that? How come when men are out here doing their thing, they not hoes? You a hoe too. If I'm a hoe, you a hoe. No, I'm just playing. But if you're doing hoe things, then you are a hoe too, right? We never had these terms for them. So if he is out there, then it's definitely something that you can tell in his character if that's a part of him. If he is loyal, you can tell that in his character, and just different traits. These men have been going in on me on Facebook because somebody made a post that said something like, the thing is that a man will provide, you just have to be the one. And so I said, I am so grateful. If my father is watching this, shout out to my dad for giving me an amazing example of what a man, I don't use the terms like real man, real woman or whatever, but just a man, just a man's man. I'm so grateful to have that example my whole life, because a man who is a provider for real, like if that's you, then you're not choosing to provide. You're not choosing whether or not this is the woman for you to provide. You don't even feel like a man if you're not providing. And the men that were in my comments debating me, I'm scared, y'all. I don't know what the chances are for my daughter. I just be like, oh my God, we gotta do something. We gotta come together. as a village and give our kids like rearrange options, because what the hell, like these men were really trying to convince me that because I'm not a man, I don't understand that a man will choose. And I'm just like, look, I know men, and I know that when a man is a man's man, he does not feel like a man if he's not providing. So you're not going to tell me that it got to be the right woman. It is that if that is your woman, you're not feeling like a man if you're not providing. So this is something that is in your traits, it's in your character. And that's what I was breaking down to them. Like, this is in your character. Okay, look, this is a good one. I can't say this on YouTube, but yes, Community D. Okay, I'm gonna read the comments real quick. She said, I'm sorry guys, excuse that. No, we grown here. Come on, sis. I say the same thing. Yes. They want to be women so bad. It's so many of them. Oh my God. Ooh, this is another episode right here. This right here, I got to talk about this in depth. That comment right there. So, okay, I'm sorry. I just see somebody made a comment. I'm like, okay, it's not on here. It's in somewhere else. Okay, so let's see. That's a character thing, right? It was literally scaring me that, I mean, there were some brothers that understood, but the amount of brothers that didn't understand that this is a character thing for you. If you don't know that you have to provide in order for you to feel like a man, you're just one of those men that don't have that in their character. You know, it's some men that don't got no problem not providing. They out there that don't got no problem laying on the couch all day and being a stay-at-home dad. Just like that's what they want, you know? And that's okay. I guess that's your thing. But that's not in your character. That means that if you have to choose by which woman you're going to do that with, that's not a trait of yours. You are choosing. And it's funny because they were not getting me until I used the example of a woman. Whenever we say, you know, I'm feminine for the right man. So then you're not really feminine, sis. Let's just say it. You're not really feminine because you're choosing to be feminine. That's a thing. Okay, we'll get into that on another show. Okay, another episode. All right. So his character will tell you everything, right? Okay. So then the next thing about, now we're talking about, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about the saying, when a man wants you, he will come and get you. Okay. And what I'm explaining is how that's true, but we don't care about getting got. We care about being kept. Okay. And how you can tell if a man is going to go further than just getting you and keeping you by these things, right? The character thing, and then you. So you have a part in this. I know a lot of us women don't think we do, but you play a part in whether this man is keeping you or not. And of course, that could mean that you might be problematic, you might be self-sabotaging, you might be toxic, you might be, you might need a lot of healing, you might not have, or you know, you might have trust issues, whatever. That's one scale of it, and that's all the truth. And then the other scale is that it might be you because you are just not the type of woman that he can handle. Okay, it might not be that you are like, you know, you would be a problem for every man. It could be that you hold him accountable. It could be that he don't like that. Okay, so not getting into too much of details of what you means, but just knowing that you play a big part in whether or not he's going to keep you. And that doesn't mean that he is like on this hierarchy and it's like, oh my God, you didn't get kept, because sometimes it's just a man that doesn't even know your worth, or he really needs something lower than you so that he can feel like a man. If you're holding him accountable, if you got big goals, if you're not playing all them silly games, he might need somebody younger. He might need somebody that he has to teach all the time. Okay. That's another episode. All right. So, so the other thing is, where is he mentally? So this is a huge one that I feel like we don't consider. I just seen a post. Dang, I can't even get to my Facebook on here. What was that post I just shared today? And it was like, I want to love a black man so much that he forgets that the world is against him. And I love that for some of y'all. I love that some of y'all want these projects. Okay. I'm going to call it a project because to me, that's a project. If you have to love somebody so much that they forget that the world is against them, my philosophy and my take is that I need a man that doesn't think that the world is against him. Like, we're not going with that. Okay. Life is hard, especially when you Black, brown, or certain ethnicities or whatever. But it is something that I don't want to go into a relationship with a partner who is feeling like the world is against him. And I don't think this is for everybody. I think that if you're a certain age and if you haven't had a certain amount of experience, that might be good for you. But I be feeling old, y'all. I be feeling like I'm in my 60s when it comes to relationships. I don't have time to convince you that the world is not against you. I don't have time to convince you that these things are not happening to you all the time. They're happening for you, and that God and source is always here for you, and that everything is working out. I just, life is hard enough. We have to do so much encouragement already that I don't want to be in a relationship where your happiness and your feeling of love comes from how much I'm loving you. Like, I have to do so much like loving on you. I need for you to already feel this within yourself, and then we just come together. We just match each other, okay? I'm 34 years old. I feel like when you are in your 20s, maybe even your late 20s, that's good. You guys can do that. And then there's a lot of married couples, successful married couples, which all of them, I don't care what nobody says. If you are a married couple that has been married for like 10 plus years and you guys truly love each other, y'all have been through it. Y'all have been through already those feelings, right? Of maybe him feeling like the world is against him and all those things. And if you made it through that, then that's what's up. We need you to write some books, because people really don't understand what marriage really is, that what relationship, we really romanticize it. So we need y'all to write books, okay? More books, all right? But if not, then nah. I just feel like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to have to love you so much that you forget that the world is not against you. I want you to know that it is not. Okay. I want you don't have to be on the same level. Okay. I'm not that type where I feel like you got to be on the same thing I'm on. Yeah. I know we're all on different levels, but I do need you to have a little bit more belief. Okay. I need you to have a little bit more faith that you were meant to be here and that things are working out in your favor. Okay. So when I say where he is mentally, this means so much, because one thing I think that women don't understand is that when you get with a man that hasn't accomplished anything, or let me rephrase that, because maybe he has accomplished things that only you can see and he can't see. So if you get with a man that doesn't believe that he's accomplished anything of value, he is not going to be at peace with himself. It doesn't matter what you do, sis. It don't matter how much you put on him. It doesn't matter where y'all go, what traveling y'all do, how much money you have. If he's a man's man, it's just something that is hard for us to grasp, because women, we don't operate off of what we've accomplished. But it's just something that it's just the male thing, It's just, men are from Mars, women are from Venus type thing. So men really live their life. We're talking about a man's man, not the men who don't care about accomplishing anything. But there are men who are really a man's man, and they really have to feel accomplished. This is why the way that we go about relationships is kind of interesting, because I believe, or at least the way that I would like to train my children up, is to not be in relationships if they don't feel accomplished, if they haven't gotten to a certain financial status, at least where they can leave the relationship if they want to, and where they just don't have to go off of the other person's love and attention and what they're doing or not doing so much. So going back to this, men have to feel accomplished. And so a lot of times we're getting with men that don't feel accomplished, and we're wondering why he's always depressed, why you always got to lift him up. He's never happy unless everything is good. And it's this whole thing. And it's because he doesn't have his own personal accomplishments for himself. So that's just a little game right quick. Okay. But that goes into what I'm saying. The three things that you want to like that, you know, if a man is able to keep you. Okay, we're talking about his character, you, and how he, where he is mentally, and where he is mentally is based off of if he feels accomplished or not. So let me go back and let me read some comments real quick before we go in. You guys are commenting, okay? Let me go back real quick before I go too far. Yes, we are grown, okay? Right, a whole other session topic about this. And young men, your daughter's age, what kind of men they will become. I really have to be stopping and making notes while I'm saying this because I'll totally forget. Like we done went through 6 different subjects. So I know I said let's do. I mean, I have to do an episode on that, but I forgot what it was. Okay. So, Seven Signs said, preach. Sometimes he might need someone lower than him. Okay. Let's drop a pin in that. That is real, guys. That's a real thing. Mm-hmm. And we as women, because we do so much in our minds, we're always trying to figure out why. And we'll be like, why he didn't stay, why he didn't want to keep me, why did he get with her? Because you were up here and he needs someone that is down here. And that's okay. That's where he is right now. Believe it or not, there's a lot of men that don't like to get that mirror. They don't want, and there's a lot of women that won't hold them accountable. It's a lot of women that are very passive and that will just, you know, let them sit up and play the game all day or whatever. Let them cheat, and maybe that's not you. The biggest one is how was he raised? What kind of relationship he has with his parents, okay? That's a whole thing right there. That's another episode. And for us too, most definitely, what kind of relationship do we have with our fathers, and what kind of relationship do they have with their mothers? Because, you know, we do not, like, we're not able to talk about men with mommy issues. Like, you only hear daddy issues. Daddy issues is such a common topic, but we never talk about mommy issues. Like, what's up with that? I gotta do an episode on that. Let me make a note for real this time. Mommy issues, okay, is a real thing. Okay. So, yay, finally catching you live again. Yay, Rio, thank you for coming in. We need another session on that. Okay, first of all, I love the way y'all calling these episode sessions because, you know, that's what I do one-on-one. And I'm always hearing people say, this is like a session. This is a session. It's really not a session, but it feels like one of my coaching sessions. So I really love that. We need another session. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Mine's only been 8, feels like 80. Oh. Yes, we have been through some things. It is not the Hollywood romanticized version. Oh my God. That's another episode, okay? Romanticizing marriage. I'm so done with this for this. Like, why are we doing this? Why do we do this so long? You know why though? It's because Beyonce came out with that if he like it, then he'll put a ring on it. I blame it on Beyonce. I'm not gonna lie. It's B's fault. Because we be like, oh my God, he put a ring on it. We're engaged. He proposed. Like, that's nothing. Marriage is work, okay? You need to be ready to do that work. Put that work in. Tell me about it, right? I love the way y'all having conversations within each other, between each other. Yes. Oh my goodness. That's interesting that I was married for 10 years and we are all married women gravitating here. That means something for sure. That means something. That's powerful. And why do people romanticize marriage? Oh my God. It's Beyonce's fault. I'm convinced. Because we really think that when a man commits to marriage, that's it. Like, he's in the clear. There's nothing he could do wrong. Why would he commit? That's crazy. I'm telling you, when I ended my marriage, people were like, what did you do? Like, there's no way a man would have a family and a beautiful wife. There's no way a man would commit. Like, look how low the bar is that we set for men. That's so low. Like, there's men out here, believe it or not, there are men out here who are carefully choosing who they're going to marry. That's not, committing right away. Like, we're just like, oh, if he married you, then that's it. Like, he got to be the best man in the world. Mm-hmm. Like, don't even look at another woman. Oh my goodness. Okay, so where he's at mentally, right? This is important, right? Men have to feel accomplished. Be careful when you are dating a man that does not feel accomplished. Ask men, do you feel accomplished? They're probably gonna lie, but probe them a little to see. Nobody's gonna say, most people are not gonna say, no, I don't feel accomplished. But you can tell through your conversation if he feels like he's accomplished anything, even if it's one thing for you to hold on to, okay, when times get hard. So let me go on and on and on. So I said, yeah, if he's unhappy with himself and been that way for a minute, you got to be careful. A lot of times we're getting in relationships with men. It's not even nothing personal why he couldn't keep you. He was depressed, and he'd been depressed for a minute, like chronic depression. He just looked good, and he just know how to play it off, and he just, the family loves him or whatever, maybe he coached the youth. So it just, all these illusions that make you think that he's not going through that. But be careful, because you could be signing up for a project, okay? So I said, don't be moved. Just because a man is showing you he wants you, don't be moved. You can react with femininity. You can be sweet, but don't throw everything away. Don't throw everything that you're doing away because a man wants you. So if you're just tuning in, we're talking about this saying, if a man wants you, he will come and get you. He will go and get you. And I am breaking down how much that is true and doesn't even matter. How much a man will come get you, and who cares if he comes to get you, if he's not coming to get you to keep you. And so it's definitely a thing where I feel like women, we get so caught up on wanting to be got, on someone wanting to pursue us. It feels good, especially if you haven't been feeling beautiful, if you're not doing your own self-love work and stuff, then having someone pursue you, even for the opposite sex, feels really good. It feels like, oh my God, like I still got it, especially if you have been in a relationship for a long time and you're newly single. This can really get you caught up. But I'm here to tell you, your girl is here to remind you that that is an illusion, okay? Do not feel moved by someone wanting you. Do not be shocked by someone pursuing you, because that is what they're supposed to do, okay? Let me make sure I'm not jumping ahead. That is what they are supposed to do. So don't start telling yourself he's different because no one ever did this and that. Even if that's the case, let's say that this is really the one and that is the case. Don't stop the course that you are going on. This is important because as women, as nurturers, we tend to do this. We will drop everything and move to another place or whatever it is that needs to be changed for you guys to be together. But the truth is that if this is meant to be, then nothing can stop you guys, including you doing too much, okay? You thinking too far ahead, okay? Because if it's meant to be, it's just going to be. But we want to get on the vibration that, first of all, as single women, especially being single in a place where the pickings are slim, you need to know that even though it's not easy to find this person with good character and all this stuff, it does exist, that they're out here. And so if your vibration is always on, it doesn't really exist, it's not really going to happen for me, a man will pursue you a little bit, it only wants you for sex and then that's not only what you're going to attract, but that's what you're going to believe. So when a man finally is coming through and pursuing the heck out of you, you're going to feel like this man is like Jesus in the flesh. I don't know if that's a good example, but you're gonna feel like this man is coming through and just doing something completely different. And maybe he is, and maybe he is not. So it's important for you to be on the vibration of, this is what I deserve. This is what is supposed to happen. Of course, he's saying that you're unique and he loves your vibe and stuff. Your vibe is dope. Who's not saying that? You know, like, of course he loves the way your skin feel and whatever else, kind of whatever compliments that y'all are getting right now. But why not? That's what they say. Okay, you need to be like, that's what they say, because that's what I do. Like, don't be on some like, oh my god, I never had a, this is what we end up doing, every little thing. Oh my god, a man has never opened up the door for me, he's never. You need to know that now you're in the receiving mode to get men that are opening the car doors for you, or whatever the thing is. But please be careful with this thing that we do where we just allow our brains to go beta, to just go running off into the wind. As soon as we get someone that is pursuing us and showing us a certain level of attention, I think that we hurt ourselves by doing this, because the truth is that, is the topic. When a man wants you, he will get you. That's the truth. He will come and get you, but it doesn't mean that he's going to keep you. Okay? Let me read the comments before I go on. The chronic depression is crazy. Do not get me started. That's another episode. How many times have I said that's another episode? Okay, yes. If you guys are just tuning in, we're talking about, if a man wants you, he will get you. But will he keep you is the question. If you guys are enjoying this episode, please thumbs up. Let YouTube know that more people need to tune in. Okay? Because we throw friends away, other important relationships, and just succumb into their life. Ooh, yes. That is definitely the truth. I have seen accounts of women who want marriage so bad that they force marriage on their partners, and the men secretly resent. Oh, yes, for sure. In my very beginning years of counseling couples, I'm talking about like 2010, I remember getting that a lot. I remember a lot of couples that have been married for lots of years, over 5 and 10 years. And throughout the sessions, the man is like, I didn't even want to do this. Like, you wanted to do this. I didn't even want to do this. That's why I don't like that song. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. That's not a good song. It's just not. It's not a good song. I will never forget being pregnant with Kos. I was like 8 months pregnant with my last son, and I was with his dad, who is like still a really good friend. We're still family. We're not together, but we're still family, and we would like to be together one day, but we're not entertaining that right now. Let me just put that out there. And we were at a restaurant, and I didn't have a ring on because we hadn't gotten married. This is after my marriage, and I heard these women walk by, and one of the girls said, "Ooh, couldn't be me, child." She said, it couldn't be me, all big and pregnant, and he ain't put no ring on it." What? I don't have a ring? And I wanted to tell them so bad, because there is really this illusion that if you get married, you cannot be single. If you are a married woman, especially if you do the marriage the way I did, I had a beautiful over $10,000 wedding. We had good food for everybody. Hundreds of people came. We went on our honeymoon. I had a beautiful dress. My father flew in to walk me down the aisle. I did the whole bang. And there's like some type of illusion that we have where if you do that, and even if you're married for as long as I was, you cannot be a single parent. It's impossible. It goes right along with people's assumptions on how you became a single parent. Oh, it must have been a one night stand. There's no way she was married. It's just all these misconceptions. And the whole time, the guy who you're saying that it couldn't be you because he didn't put a ring on it is solid as hell. Like, he's more solid than the guy that I married. So it really has nothing to do with that. We really can't judge it off of that, because I know a lot of single parents that were married that were married longer than I was. So it just shows you how caught up we are in these misconceptions. I don't like to use the word dumb, y'all, but adults are dumb. Like, honestly, we're not really smart. We're not that bright. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. We're not that bright. Okay. We will hear that song and really think that if this man is proposing to you, like when I hear about couples that they got engaged, it's so cute. I love it. I even love watching the proposal videos. Like, I be really tearing up. But if you're getting engaged and you're not going to premarital counseling, I'm not that excited for y'all, honestly, because I know what marriage is. I know what marriage really is, and I know I understand the romanticizing of being engaged and everybody seeing it and that whole thing. So it's like, you need premarital counseling. You need counseling, like, for real. You need counseling because it's real out here in these marriage streets. So in closing, I think we're closing. Yeah, I said stop being shocked. Stop being shocked when you meet a man with good traits, a man that wants you. Try not to be. I won't say when you meet a man with good traits, don't be shocked, because it is kind of shocking. But it shouldn't be, because they out here, okay? Let's try not to be so shocked. But definitely do not be shocked when a man is pursuing you, when he wants you. Because you want to be on the vibration of course, this is what I deserve. This is what I'm attracting. Duh. Of course he wants me. Duh. So yes, let that be the norm for you. Know that there's men out here like that. And of course, he's into you because you the bomb. You the bomb. Most marriages was the woman's idea and she put the thought in his mind. It's different when the man sincerely wants to be married. I agree with this. This was my marriage. This was my marriage, and even though it did not last like we had planned, he definitely fought with me. That's why I know what it is like. Obviously, we were married that long. We went to counseling, and I kept us on like marriage retreats and things like that. And I most definitely was the one who put it in his mind. Sometimes there's couples who already, like, we got, like, when I met him, he was a single dad, I was a single mom. And so us coming together and filling that void was almost natural. We already had our family a year before we decided to get married. So I definitely was the one who brought it up. And then he was just like, yeah, let's do that. Like, why not? So you'll have that where a man is just like, okay, yeah. And so that's even why, and I'm totally, honest about this. I don't feel any shame at all. Like, you can't shame me. Nobody can shame me because it is what it is. This is life. Okay. This is earth. Earth is school. But I did say that on my next relationship, I am so excited. Not that I want it right now. Let me be clear. I do not want a relationship right now. If you are my husband and you're watching this, don't come right now. Give me like a year. Okay. I'm working on some things. All right. But but I am looking forward to that when I am ready for that, because I will be taking my time, baby. I will not be suggesting anything. I'm talking about, I'm gonna be on mute mode, okay? I am not suggesting anything because in the past, like, I've had 4 relationships, like 4 committed relationships in my life. And it's why I say I know what it's like for a man to be in love with me. Every single one of these relationships are connections I've had where we've cried together, where the man has cried for me and fought for me, and they're really passionate and really deep, all that beautiful stuff. But I can honestly say that because of the kind of woman that I am, and especially in my younger years of me being like, I'm on a mission. Like, let's get it done. Like, what's happening? What's gonna happen? I have been like that. So I've kind of been like, okay, well, are you into this? Because I'm into this. What are your goals? Okay, this is my plan. Let's do that. And so I look forward to being in a relationship and not doing any of the initiation process. I look forward to just chilling, just relaxing and focusing on myself and letting him come in and me set up my boundaries and him initiate the process. I think it is the most beautiful process. And I love to hear stories of married couples who have succeeded and they share how their husbands pursued them, how they didn't just get them, but they kept them and they kept getting them, and they're still getting them. Okay, they're still doing things to keep them. It's a beautiful, beautiful process. And Earth is School, I'm really grateful for learning those lessons. I mean, I think I'm at the age where I need to be. I was married so young that I could not even drink at my wedding. Like I wasn't even 21. So I appreciate that journey, and I just really look forward to not doing anything in my next connection. Not having any initiation. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. If you guys love this episode, please thumbs up this live. Share this. If you guys feel that someone can use this, and I know you know, then share this episode with someone else. Men, if you're watching, you can take this same advice and flip it. I don't know too much of what women are doing when they're pursuing. You know, I know we can be a little feisty, a little strong sometimes, but it's the same exact thing across the board. Don't get all googly eyed. You know, maintain yourself. I believe that we really live in a world where we go into relationships way too fast. And let me say, before the people that got married in 2 weeks come on here and be like, well, I got married the next day, and you're still married. And I love that. I love that for you guys. I think that's so dope. But in reality, you are the less than 1%. Like, we're not in those times anymore. All right. Back in like the 50s, you know, the 50s and 60s, you could like drop your books and, you know, an accident, and then he would be right there. He would help them, you know, help you pick them up, and then you guys would be happily ever after, you know. That's not so much anymore. So I just think that we go really fast, and we really just jump the gun a lot. And I have been guilty of this myself. I think it's natural. I think it's normal because no one teaches us how to go into our relationships. No one teaches us. Like, I didn't know until I experienced that a man needs to feel accomplished. I had to experience being with men to know, like, bruh, you need to be alone for a little bit. Like, you know, you need to accomplish some things before you commit to this. As much as I know you love me, these things don't mean that they don't love you. It's about, do they love themselves? And fellas, you can reverse it and say the same thing. It's not about, we take it so personal. When somebody cheats on us or betrays us in any way, we take it so personal. And I'm not saying that that's not natural, because initially it is, but it's really not personal. Like, it's not personal to you. It's personal to them. It's that person that is going through their thing, and they're needing to, they can't be loyal to you because they're not loyal to themselves. So that's just my philosophy, guys. All right, y'all, we're going to get out of here. Let me know if you have any questions, anything that you want to share. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. Please share. Hit that super thanks button. Let your girl, or allow, or I'm sorry, help. Help your girl. I'm like, allow. Help your girl reach her monthly goal. Hit the super thanks button. I'm trying to grow this channel. You already know. If you want to book a session with me, then you can email me. That's not it. You can email me at this email. Or even better, you can email me at this email. If you would like a coaching session with me, if you would like a quantum healing session, if you have a baby in your bump and you want to give birth without pain, I am your girl. So yes. Oh my God, I'm so tired of myself, because these last few episodes I've been saying yes, and I've been really feeling like that girl. I can't help but say yes. Moving too fast and everything, yes. We really do, guys. I don't know who started it. I don't know why. I'm always seeing my lights go off now. All right, you guys. Please do not forget that Earth is school. And thank you for rolling with me. Thank you for rolling with your girl. Earth is school. Peace out. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day. I'll be right here.